Welcome back, morning team. This is Mad Money Shot, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. In today's video, I'm giving you guys a full portion of my Las Vegas Raiders defensive ebook. This is something I do every single month. Last month, I did the Washington Commanders offense. I gave you guys like an hour of that. And the month before that, I gave you guys an hour of the Kansas City Chiefs offense. And if you guys want to see any of those videos, I will have links popping up in the top right hand corner right now, as well as on screen at the end of the video if you guys want to check that out, which is something that I do every month because I just want to show you guys, number one, I want to show the people that what they get if they purchase my ebooks or if they get my full breakdowns, which are available on my Patreon as well as on the Join Now community tab here on YouTube. So I just put out a portion of it just to give you guys an idea what you get. But obviously, if you get the ebooks, you get like a written version, you get written setups, you get written descriptions, as well as a free written tips and strategy guide where I go over just about everything you'd need to know, from how to build a team to how to read a defense or read an offense, all kind of really helpful, useful tips as well. So if you guys want more help, if you want more than what this free video gives you guys, you can download this or any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment, or by going to madmoneyshot.com. If you guys want to see me continue to do this, give away these free schemes once a month, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, and let me know in the comment section. Other than that, let me know in the comment section what you'd like to see next month. I think I'd like to put out something from the multi-D defense, but I'm also working on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense right now. So if you guys want to see a specific playbook, let me know in the comment section which one that is that you want to see. Other than that, this particular breakdown is a full breakdown of my 3-4 odd defense from the Las Vegas Raiders, as that's still one of my favorite defenses used in the game, and it's still one of the best. So, and other than that, so let's get right into the video. If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable MUT coins, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP.com and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 6% off your order. Link in the description below. The champ is here! So for the first play here, I'm going to go cover 3 Sky. We're going to pick that, and we're just going to go random play. So for this setup, which is going to be best against something like this is a good look for this. Number one, I typically want to blitz all linebackers, D-pad to the left and down. I'm not actually going to blitz, though. I mean, I'm just going to use this guy. You can drop this guy down over the gap like this before dropping back, but a lot of people just untarget you. So it's best to just leave it alone. You don't have to do anything with this. I also like to play underneath a lot, as this will just do a good job of taking away the biggest weakness, which is underneath the dropping cornerbacks. And then I don't really have to do anything. Like I said, to me, it's best to bring this guy down, but I'll do it like this one time. As I drop back, you can see that a lot of times the blitz, I mean, that was just a bubble, which, you know, not necessarily, I didn't even set up my RPO defense in the coaching adjustment, so hopefully they don't do that too much, as I really just kind of ran it. But yeah, like I said, you don't have to actually, you can just blitz the other linebacker. You'll see right here, he just goes right through the middle, gets a swat. That's going to be the look you get from this. This is a really good, easy setup blitz. As you can see right here, this guy just comes right down the pipe. I didn't even get his pass or nothing. And you can see that, I don't even know how he knocked that ball because he didn't really hit the ball. But like I said, you're going to see that a lot where he just basically just comes right down the middle, which is basically a universal blitz that you can do from this package. Now, this play here, with the running back on this side, he might run right at me. So you can see right there, once again, the exact same blitzing linebacker. Typically, you would like to flip this play in the huddle, so that the blitzing linebacker is going to be, or you can flip it on the field, but the blitzing linebacker, typically when you have this gun look like this, you typically want to flip it so that this is the blitzing linebacker. I didn't do that, and it worked out. As you can see, I tried to shoot the gap there, but the blitzing linebacker still got in. So just keep that in mind. You typically want this like right here. I can go ahead and I can flip this. Going to have the exact same effect. Now if he runs it again, we have that blitzing linebacker is going to be the same way. Like I said, I get down here in the gap. Looks like we have a screen, which I didn't quite get out on immediately, but you can see we didn't give up much. That's not something that I can really discern too much off of. And then here we go once again. Like I said, I'll flip this play just based off the fact that, and it just totally messed everything up. Whenever you have the linebacker out like this, there's nothing you can do to change this. If I try to bring him in and then blitz him, you can see how the angle's off. This is just a glitch in the game. You can't really do nothing about it. It's always going to be this way. So at this point, it's best just to leave it as coverage. And then, like I said, I'll just hard flat here, and we'll just run this as is with the coverage look. As you can see, nothing really gets open. We get pretty good, shutdown defense there. We get a coverage sack from the looks of it. As you can see, we still got 4 guys rushing. I'm guessing Jalen Carter maybe did it. No, it might have been, yeah, it's either Jalen Carter or who is that? Yeah, it's Davis, Jordan Davis. So we just got a shed there. But you can see how with the coverage, if I can get this camera working, I just have to cover over the middle in my area, but you can see the flats take away pretty much every route. Like the only route here that has space is maybe CeeDee Lamb turning up the field. But even if that ball is in the air, there's a guy right over the top of that. So this is a pretty good coverage system with the cover 3 hard flat, as there's nothing really immediately open. I mean, this guy here maybe could have, but he was too busy getting sacked at this point to see the running back. But still good coverage with the hard flats. I find that that's the best way to run cover 3. And then we have this look here. Now we have a look where I can basically just do that exact same blitz all, or you could just blitz. I mean, I don't have to blitz all. I could just blitz the as I'm trying to get this guy back into some sort of flat. But you could just blitz you could just hit D-pad to the left twice and then hit A and then down on the right stick if you just want to stay in a zone without basically, changing that. But once again, I would rather do this, this way. As you can see, the running back picks up that time. We actually got pressure from somebody else, as it was Nolan Smith off the edge, which I'm not really sure if this was a switch pressure. As you can see right here, the tackle, it looks like the running back comes over and picks up, but it looks like the tackle's left on an island with 2 guys, and that's why Nolan Smith just comes off the edge free, because you can get edge pressure with this defense as well, as it's just a really good pressure package, and it's one of the easier setups in the game. So here, once again, like I said, everybody's in tight. I would want to flip this, go a hard flat. This is a look where you're going to want to, like I said, I don't have to bring this guy down, and if I do, a lot of times it'll just get untargeted by my opponent, so it's not even really the best way to go. But you can see how even there, like, he got the ball away, and that was the first completion as I was watching. I had my eyes in the backfield, but you can see even there, we're getting pressure every single time. That was another play, how we had 2 guys coming down. They did actually pick it up a little bit better this time. Not really, though. I mean, to be honest with you, it wasn't a clean. He didn't get through clean, but watch how, it's still 3 guys on 2, and he just kind of gets pushed around and just, he loses acceleration, which is why he didn't get it. But there's 2 guys in his face this time. So just a really good pressure package. Now, I also want to show how cover 3 sky works as like a run defense. We'll go under center here. We'll go random I form. So there's a better chance for, like, run plays and stuff like that. But pinching the defensive line, which is D-pad to the left and down, and then spraying the linebackers, which is D-pad to the right and up, is all you really have to do. We'll hard flat once again, but this is a really elite run defense right here. Now, I would also rather use the weak side linebacker, bring him more towards the middle, and then drop back to about 8 yards off the ball, because if it's going to be a run play, this will untarget me to the point where I can shoot gaps. But at the same time, you can see how I'm on the weak side, so the chance of the ball coming to the weak side is not as good as going to the strong side. Anyway, most people are going to run to the strong side. So I don't know what the play is as we get a run play right up the gut, and you can see there's nothing. The running back doesn't get anything. Gets nowhere because of the pinch of the defensive front. Now, you don't really have to spread. That doesn't really do a ton, but I still find it's just a good habit to have. And like I said, this is pretty much all you're going to have here, as we have a pass play this time, and there's just nothing open because, we would have had a pick 6. But yeah, so that was basically, just really good coverage. You do have an additional defender here in the outside blitzing edge in Smith. So if you want to, you could use him in a various number of ways. Like if you want to put him on like a QB spy or something like that, you could do that. You don't necessarily have to have him rushing. But you can see how, the run defense is about as good as you're going to get for a cover 3, which is one of the better run defenses in the game. And next up, we're going to pick the cover 1 hole. This is a good play. We'll just keep going random. What I like about this play here is you always want to put, if you're running this play, put the B edge into a hard flat or a curl flat, whatever flat you want to do. I think hard flatting is best. Because this will stop like zigs and drags and stuff like that. But always do it to the side that has the most action. So on this play here, there's 3 guys, 2 tight ends and a fullback on that side. So to do that would make the most sense. You could also, on a play like this, you could use the fullback because the fullback's the least dangerous. Or you could use the guy covering the running back, or you use the 3-hook hook. It's up to you. All those are good options. I'll go ahead and I'll use the guy in the fullback on this play. As I got to take that off so the play can actually start. Same setup if you want to set up your run defense though, pinch and spread. And the fullback is there. I don't even have to cover the fullback because the fullback was completely covered up by the hard flat. You know what I mean? It's like that's one of the reasons you want hard flats as much as possible, because a second I see that this fullback's going on a flat, I know I don't have to cover it because Nolan Smith is right there. You know what I mean? It's like he's already got that locked up. Now the other thing is when Dak starts to run out, since you have a flat in that direction, as you see, he starts to slide. All I got to do is push in the right stick, and the hard flat's typically going to take that. But you can see, this is your typical high-low concept, and there's nothing open. You got your corner route, and you got your flat route, and that's taken up to the point where I'm basically just doing nothing. As I could have used or rushed or did whatever I wanted to do there. So I don't know why we're getting such large packages, but we'll go ahead. We're going to continue to set up the run defense, which is pinching the defensive line, D-pad to left and down, and D-pad to the right and up to pinch and spread. Like I said, I'll use the fullback because he's the least dangerous target if it's a pass play, and then I'm just going to back off about 8 yards so I can shoot the gap if it's a run play, and that's exactly what I thought it was, but nothing's open once again. You know what I mean? It's like I could continue. I got to be giant on the spot to push in the right stick. And if I really have a running quarterback, I don't have to hard flat at all. I can just put this guy on a QB contain, and it's going to do a better job. Where it's going to stay towards the middle rather than covering the flat. As you can see right there, that was actually a pretty good cut. But you can see at the start of the play there was really nothing. This is not as good of a run defense, obviously, as like a cover 3 because the man defenders will run off, will chase runoffs. But anytime, if I expect run 2, by the way, I always want to take the weak side guy. So even though I don't like using the 3-back hook because that's kind of an important job when it comes to double team routes over the middle, I can do that. And you can see here as we get beat outside for the first time by the tight end, which is crazy because he's covered by Cooper DeJean. Absolute nonsense. But you can see how, you know, that's something you can do. You could also put these edge guys here into flats, and, you know, I could just use the running back too if I really want to try to take away, you know, flats to both sides. I don't know why I keep getting these large offensive packages, but you can see how the run defense is solid. He's not getting much. He gets about 2 yards there. I'll give that up every time because obviously that's not going to result in first downs. And then I'll continue to use the guy on the fullback. Like I said, still standing back. I just got to know where my gap is to cover if it's a run play. And that's exactly what it was. But like I said, the pinch alignment is doing a really good job of slowing down any inside runs. As, I don't know, I keep getting random looks like this. We'll go ahead and we'll continue to put B on a flat. Hopefully get a few more pass plays as we get another run play. And like I said, because I started so far back, I was able to shoot the gap and at least redirect him, as he's not getting much. So we're going to back out. I'm going to actually pick a different formation because I feel like I might have got random, you know, just random for this particular formation. Let's get random set pistol or something at least. So here we go once again. Like I said, flip of the play. If I have 3 receivers on one side, I'm going to flip the play so that I can get that hard flat on that side. Like I said, it's up to me if I want to cover the running back or the 3-back hook. I think the running back, it's better to not be soloed on a player and rather use the 3-back hook in this circumstance. And you can see how, you know, the drags get pretty shut down. This is a 3 wide receiver set, by the way. As I messed that up, I got to flip the play. Like I said, if I got 3 wide to one side, I want to make sure I flip that play. As I'm messing everything up here, I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna reset the play, flip it, and then we're just gonna put this guy on the outside there. So like I said, this is all you really got to do. It's only 3 rushers. Then pinch and spread, and we're just gonna drop back here just in case we get a run play. We do not. It's actually a screen, and we're all over that because that's you know, man coverage is going to stop screens. It's going to stop RPOs, stuff like that. We keep getting the same formation, so I must keep picking the same thing. But let's go ahead and let's do it one more time. Pinch and spread. We have outside leverage, so it's not going to be easy to run wide of that defensive end. That's the point of the spread, as he's there to the point where it's not going to be easy to get around that. So here we go. Run play once again. Like I said, we're playing downhill, stopping that for a you know, a 1 yard gain at best. And it's just a really good solid defense. We have another man in the assault blitz 1, which is a little bit more aggressive. This is something where I'm going to have to use her, as we're just going to go ahead. We're going to go random gun here. I'm going to have to use the running back on a look like this, unless I want to use a deep safety, which is really up to you. But for blitzing purposes, so I can put this guy on a blitz, bring him down over the nose, or bring him down over the running back. And the goal here is just to try to get somebody free off the edge. So hopefully the running back will go on a route. If he blocks, it's not going to work as good, but I will be able to free roam a little bit easier. And you can see Dak's running for his life. And of course, I blow the coverage because, like I said, I'm watching the quarterback in the backfield instead of doing my job. But let's watch the replay here as we watch to see that we do get pressure pretty quick. Even though it was a 5-on-5, they didn't necessarily pull anybody. That's not something that you're always going to get. But let's go ahead and let's continue to try to get this look. So we can pinch and spread the same way just to get those guys out on island a little bit more. They said start off. I think it's best to start over the middle because we don't know which edge is going to get, you know, favored or preferential treatment. But then let's guess pass too, just to send them after the quarterback. And of course we get a run. But you can see that they're still, you know, crushing on their way to the. They're playing the pass on the way to the quarterback. So are playing the run on the way to the quarterback. So here messed everything up because I accidentally blitzed all. is I just want to blitz this guy. And like I said, we could also pinch or slant inside because their goal, these guys' goal, just is to get the defensive or the offensive line inside, and we get a swap ball. I'm not saying it's necessarily best, and if I know they're going to pass, it's best to just spread. It's to spread both, and then here I could just come down over this gap, and this is the best opportunity to get Nolan Smith unblocked off the other side. As we get, we're not giving up much. I mean, that's a drag. Drags are going to beat man. It just is what it is. There's another play where if you want to, you could always put these guys on flats to protect yourself against drags and zigs. So if you're having an issue with that, it's gonna lessen the rush, but it's gonna help your coverage, which is really all there is to it. And that guy just walked right past me because I don't know. I thought it was gonna be a play action. I didn't bite on it. He definitely came like right in my area though. But we're gonna do it one more time. Like I said, we'll just continue with the flats. Go with the coverage version. Drop back here. Looking like we're getting another play action as I'm biting on it. And like I said, those flats are really key when it comes to pass coverage and run defense. I don't know if we'll actually get any. We'll pinch defense. We'll continue to pinch defensive line because I just want to take away the shortest distance between 2 points, which is right up the middle. So here we go. Once again, oh my goodness, I don't know why I dove so prematurely, but yeah, I mean I was trying to hit X to play SWAT rather than anything else. But this is pretty much it. So you can get a blitz, or you can get a coverage. And I'm definitely not feeling Bond. He's feeling a little bit sluggish for me as a user. But let's go and let's try to get that blitz one time. Instead of doing the coverage every time, let's try to get some pressure here. As something was going on, because that got rid of that ball in a hurry. Didn't really see if there was pressure or what. But yeah, I mean, it's maybe he just senses the extra blitzer. Now, you can always send this guy and drop back with Nolan Smith, too. Like, on a play like this, we have the running back, which, once again, I'm just watching the pressure. But you could see that we did get the A-gap, the same A-gap that we got from the previous look, we did get here, too. So, on the side that has the running back, I mean, if you want to cover the running back rather than... although here it's not going to work because Bond's not going down the right gap. But you could always use the running back with an edge defender and then just send one of the inside guys, because we've already discovered how that's been a really good opportunity for blitzing on pass plays. So like on a play like this, instead of, which still once again, Bond's not taking the right angle. It's better if it's the other guy. But you can always do this and then use her with Hunt here. As we've seen that can be a little bit better getting pressures. Bond actually gets a sack. So like I said, that's probably a better technique. Like I said, this time the running back's on this side, so I'll use her Nolan Smith. Send Bond once again. We're gonna guess pass, even though we don't know what it's gonna be. And I'm just gonna use her I don't know how this guy's destroying. He's had the most success by far. Here's a perfect opportunity once again. Bond. So I'm just gonna use her Hunt. Send Bond on a blitz. And we got a screen. And like I said, I'm close to my assignment because I'm picking the guy close to my assignment. So once again, I'm going to put A on a blitz. This is the perfect side, and I'm going to use her, the running back here. That's all I really got to do. It looks like a run anyway. It's not really going anywhere. So there's two techniques to this. I think this one's probably the better way to go. This will be an opportunity like right here. I could, since I like the blitz coming from the other side, since that's what gets pressure, I could use her this tight end with Nolan on this side rather than the running back. Obviously, I don't want to cover the tight end very much, but the pressure is going to get into the point where I don't have to be in coverage too long. I really didn't see how the blitz went, but it looks like he was coming right down that pipe once again. So like I said, we've discovered that you can get pressure from this look. So why not utilize it? I mean, just use her somebody else rather than the linebacker. So right now, I'm on the running back once again. So we're getting pressure right down the pipe, going nowhere. You know what I mean? So it's like it's an easier way to set it up just by using, whoever I'm taking up. Like if I want to keep doing that, now I just know I got to cover the tight end. It's really that simple. And he's going across, so I got to go across with him. Oh, he's coming back. All right, so we're back here. And of course, I messed that up. That's probably the biggest issue, is not like a motion play like that. I really wasn't expecting. That's on me, though. That's something that obviously had success. So here we go once again. Bond. So I'm bringing this guy in, too, just to try to pull a lineman. And you can see how we're getting pressure all over the place. So really good pass rush. 3-4 is one of my favorite defenses in the entire game, obviously. Now you have cover one robber, which is the exact same thing. You just have the robber dropping down from the safety position rather than the linebacker, but that's probably a better position to do that job anyway. So we're going to flip the play, do that again, continue with random. And this is going to be the same idea. So right here, instead of, I mean, since I'm actually, there's nobody in the middle of the field anyway, we just run it just like this, and I'll use the 3-rec hook. Although, obviously, I don't want to give it up either. I can stay back here and just drop down once the play starts and try to work these crossing routes. Although I could have been more aggressive there and try to make a play on the ball, but that's not really what I want to show. I want to show the blitz the same way. I want to play like this, like I said. Let's flip that play. And now, same thing as the other cover ones, just put Dean on a blitz. You can do that by hitting D-pad to the left twice, just a little bit quicker, then select A, and then just use the running back with the other edge. So we should get A gap pressure here. Typically, and then we just cover the running back, and we got another sack. Although that looked like it was more like Aaron Carter, just being Aaron Carter, doing doing Jalen Carter things. Here's another instance. Like I said, we could just blitz A, use the defensive end on this side. Although we got to flip the play to do that because he's not on the right side. So there's another scenario. Like I said, I got a blitz Bond, which is not as effective, but we'll go ahead and we'll do that anyway. And you can see he just shoots the gap for the run play, which is effective because, like I said, if you have a run play like that, flip the play one more time. If you have a run play like this, you typically want to try to get the linebacker blitzing in the opposite direction so you can stop run plays like that. But I'm going for the pass rush. We know that the other linebacker does a better job with the pass rush. And then once again, blitzing Bond, you can see he shuts that down once again, just shoots the gap. Really easy setup. Here's another play. We'll blitz Bond one more time. This is not necessarily on the right side, so we'll flip that and blitz the other linebacker. Now, if it's a run play, he'll be on the right side. And we can cover the running back with Hunt one more time, who doesn't even go out in a pattern, or at least he doesn't immediately. And we almost get a pick, although it hits us in the back of the head. So, you can just see how this is a really easy setup. Once again, here we go. Flip the play. Got our choice to, typically I want to cover the running back, even though I'd rather blitz Dean. I don't want to cover the tight end because they're more vertical of a threat. So here we go one more time. Just got to cover the running back. Here he comes across, so it's probably going to be a run play of some kind. It was not. Like I said, the running back's just out in the flat murdering us because I'm constantly watching in the backfield. But you can see how this is a very consistent method of cover one blitzes. Next up, we've got the pinch bug 0. This is a really aggressive version of this. So we're just picking random one more time. We don't have to really make any adjustments here, but this is the scenario where you typically have to cover the running back one way or the other. I can just drop down with Dean here before dropping back, as we just have like a super aggressive look here, and you can see we just get pressure from everywhere. That was instant. You could also use the same trick with the running back side from the cover one, where I could just blitz all. And if you want to, you could, like on the last play, I had the linebacker here. You could just show blitz and then bring him down. Although I didn't mean to show blitz on the entire defense, as you could do that with just the linebackers by hitting the D-pad to the right and then RB. And now we have everybody in the box. Blitz all, which is D-pad to the left and down the right stick. And then, like I said, I just got to cover the running back. But you see, once again, we're just getting crazy heat from just about everywhere. It's typically the opposite end. Here's another scenario, blitz all linebackers, although I don't really like that gap that he's going in. So if we flip the play, it changes it up a little bit. And then, like I said, we're just going to, we have our choice if we want to show blitz with the linebackers, which I find is really helpful. And then we could just basically step in here before dropping back on the running back. Or the tight end, you can see here, he gets open in the flat. I could have tried to cut that off because you're gonna see a lot of quick throws. Here's a gap I like. Like I said, with D-pad to the right, RB, bring this guy in. It's going to be one of the better ways to go. And we get just instant pressure. And I didn't even see it because, like I said, I'm actually trying to cover my running back now because I'm tired of giving up plays to the running back. But like I said, it's just instant pressure. I mean, we got Bond coming in free. We got both linebackers basically coming in free, untouched, which is insane. So even if they unblocked, or if I go back to that replay real quick, even if they untargeted me, you still got one of these linebackers is going to come in free every time. I know the left tackle is coming over my way, but one of these guys is going to come free every single time, even if they untarget me. Next up, we got Tampa 2. I'm going to go ahead and pick that. We'll just keep going random. This is another play where you can do the blitz, but not against a spread look like this. But you can do a double Mabel concept, which is to basically put these outside guys in the hard flats, and they'll do a good job of essentially, you know, taking away the high and low when it comes to the flats. So we'll just go ahead and we'll let that run like that. And like I said, I'm just going to use the middle here. And you can see we get a coverage sack, because it was an outside concept, and everything was completely shut down. So it looked like a high-low, like a Z spot play on this side, and you can see the flat takes away the flat route. You can't really throw it there reliably. I took away the short route there, and then the cloud flat dropped back underneath and let the safety over the top to basically double team this guy here. So everything's pretty much locked on that side. And on the other side, I really didn't see what happened, but it looks like we have the same cover 2 concept where the hard flat, I mean, it starts, the cloud flat reacts to it at first, so you can't throw it right away until the hard flat takes over. And then you can see how, number one, this guy's matching to carry the corner out until he sticks with him the entire way. So we got double teams across the board on an outside concept like this. Next up, we got the Will Buck 3 press, which is a matching cover 3. I'm going to pick that. We're going to go random strong, because I just keep getting, I mean, obviously, this is not something you're going to want to go against like 3 wide receiver sets. I'll pick random from a certain formation, because I don't want to continuously go against like strong single back eye from all that stuff. Let's go random tight wide off here. So pinch defensive line, spread the linebackers, deep head to left and down, deep head to the right and up. That's all you really got to do. User this guy here, the 3-rec hook, and you can see how we had, you know, somebody bearing down on Dak Prescott right out the gate there, as he has to take that check down, because this guy here, it just spreads to the point where he's just flying right down the B gap, which will be very consistent. And you get to hide this blitz, because I'm doing the same run defense setup I've been showing you, which is just pinching defensive line, spreading the linebackers. That's all you got to do. Only now you get a really good blitz as we actually get to him before you can even get the ball off on a simple screen, which is crazy. So let's go and let's do that again. So cover 3 match is cool. You can hard flat if you don't want the matching principles, which is fine. This is going to be something that, like right here, as I bid on that, I saw the screen and I just started to chase it as he hands it off. But you can see how the hard flats did a pretty good job of covering up that the screenplay. And then the pinch and the spread does the same job as it's been doing against the run. So like I said, I like the hard flat. And you can see how, you know, we get another hit on the quarterback before you can even get off a simple RPO. That's how fast this is going. That's how fast this blitz is getting there. As we're just lighting this up. So like I said, really good defense. Matching cover 3 is cool, but this is, I'm overriding it anyway. I don't find matching cover 3 is that great. As we get that pressure once again, Dak's just getting loaded in the box. As you know, I'm not even covering. I'm just watching the blitz go through. But it's very important play to this scheme, as it's a very good blitz. Next up, we got the cover 4 quarters. This is going to be your best run defense. So we're going to go random single back here. As the same principles apply, pinching and spreading, but these guys, you can play with these guys close, and they can bite on play actions, which is not necessarily going to be best. But if you set this up, you can use the blitzer as a free defender, because there's only 3 guys rushing. And this is going to be your best run defense, because these guys are going to drop down in the box on a run play. But like I said, they can bite on play actions too, as you saw right there. But we still get tight coverage and knocks the ball out. This here is one of the better defenses. You could also override the matching principles if you like. Like I said, if you want to play these guys on close, you can, but just be aware that they can bite on play action. They can get them in trouble. And you typically only want to use this, like if you got a tight defense like this in the box, you can press the entire defense, because you're not going to have to worry about anybody necessarily roasting them outside. As you can see on that play, and which we saw the play, but we bit so deep on it, which is part of the issue. Like I said, this is an aggressive run defense. You can see the safety most likely bit too, as I bit. But like I was trying to say, is you can press the defense, because you're not going to get roasted by a streak or anything like that when you're in tight like this. So a really good defense from in tight for you know, obvious running situations. This is going to be one of your best defenses. But I'll go ahead and at some point I'll back out and show this against some plays that could be passes. Like I said, this is random, so I really don't know what to expect here. But you can see they don't really get much on the outside. Like I said, it's just the best run defense Here we have a kind of like a spread look. You don't want to press on a look like this because now you got guys to the boundary. When there's guys to the boundary, they can win and they can beat you over the top. We're going with hard flat once again. As you can see, we get an RPO. Even though a hard flat, I have my RPO defense set up, it's not the best RPO defense. I don't know what happened to the flat there. So watch the replay just to see, as he just got picked up on the block like right away. It's a really good block on the edge there, which is why that happened. Here we go once again. Like I said, we don't have to worry about getting roasted when the receivers are in tight. So go ahead and we'll pinch and all that stuff. Get sucked in on the blitz. But like I said, I'm an extra defender anyway. As you can see, like I said, that's the point of this play, is using the blitzers. I have somebody else behind me. So, like I said, I'd rather have it myself in a zone just so I could switch stick than be on a blitz. But, like I said, I'm an extra defender. So, here we go. I don't know how that guy got out there like that. That was an interesting play. Got to watch the replay there. How did this guy shoot out into the flat so fast? Guess the hard flat just couldn't get out on it. But that's one of the reasons you don't want to necessarily override the matching principles. Now, if you're going against like a spread defense, like if you don't necessarily want to use this against like shotgun looks all the time anyway. But let's say that your opponent is in like an empty backfield look, you don't want to use cover 4. If they're in a 3 wide to one side set, you don't want to use cover 4. So we'll pick something like just say like this. You could easily glitch cover 4 defenses with 3 wide to one side like this, or bunch formations like this, or certain defenses you're not going to want to necessarily feel comfortable using this because these are the ways that you can beat cover 4. But the computer's not necessarily going to do that. So we'll just go and mess with the these looks here. You can see there's not a lot there, as they got to take a check down for about a yard. We'll continue to run this as we're getting good coverage. We're only giving up a couple yards at a distance. Not a blitz really. Like I said, that's why this is more of a run defense than anything. You're not getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.